Hey, teacher friends, welcome back to another episode of Modifying the Chaos, the podcast where we break down heavy, overwhelming frameworks in special education into bite-sized strategies that you can actually use all the time it takes you to chug your hot or iced latte before the morning bell rings. Imagine with me, it's week 1, your schedule is a puzzle with missing pieces, your students are testing the boundaries, and you've just been handed a brand new classroom partner. You may call them a para, teacher assistant, or the additional superhero human that helps your class stay right on track. How do you go from strangers to a seamless mind-reading team? Forget how to lose a guy in 10 days. In special ed, we only care about one relationship countdown, how to gain an amazing para in 10-ish days. So let's be real for a second. You walk into your classroom at the start of the year, you stare down your caseload of hefty behaviors and communication needs, and you realize you're going to need some help. In my county, I'm allotted only one amazing human, the paraprofessional, to assist with up to 10 students. If you're in lower elementary like me, that means a massive focus on core school readiness skills, like staying in your work area and completing a non-preferred task before earning that favorite fidget or break. So, how on earth do you manage those high-level needs with a para you've literally just met? It isn't luck, teacher friends. It comes down to two things: a solid battle plan, a schedule with clear staffing zones, and communication with a capital C. Today, I'm going to break down the 4-step blueprint to begin building an unstoppable team with your para in your first 2 weeks. Let's start with step 1, uncovering their strengths and their comfort levels. So most paras I've worked with receive little to no formal special education training before their first day starts. They're literally learning it on the fly. Have some grace here, teacher friends. Remember how long it took us in student teaching or during our initial years of teaching just to get our solid special educator confidence badge? I want you to start by finding out what makes them tick. Some paras love taking data. Others are copier whisperers or can modify assignments on the fly. And some have this magical voice quality that makes even your volcano behaviors comply on the very first ask. Work directly to their strengths. Early on, one of my amazing paras mentioned that she loved making visuals and social stories. I showed her the language I preferred, gave her the baseline format, and literally sent her on her merry way. Did it take a few tries to align our styles for the student needs? Yeah, sure did. But it filled her happiness bucket and it took a huge item off my plate, and it transformed our behavior management. Pro tip, check the show notes below. I've linked a quick para survey that you can use during pre-planning or week 1 to map out their comfort styles, strengths, and areas where they want more guidance. Step 2, build a united front and how to respect their time. How do we find time to talk without staying until 6 p.m.? First, you're going to respect your para's contract. My para isn't required to stay as late as I am. She has a family and school-age kids to pick up the second the bell rings. We're going to stay flexible. Go out to lunch during pre-planning or carve out a quick 5 to 10 minute check-in during recess, lunch breaks, or student downtime. And keep those check-ins fast. How do you do that? You got to scale down your focus. Don't try to solve 10 classroom problems in one check-in. You're going to pick 2 or 3 glaringly large issues, make a quick tweak, and give it a week or 2 to pan out. And here's my absolute golden rule for behavior management. Back your para up. Don't undermine your partner in front of the students. If a student runs to you trying to escape a task, you step back and say, Mrs. Para asked you to write your name. The expectation from her and from me is that you finish writing your name, and then I can give you your break, your attention, fill in the blank. That united front goes a massive way in setting classroom boundaries. Oh, and don't forget the little things. Who doesn't love those? Find out their favorite coffee order or chocolate bar. Keeping a small reward drawer stocked for those tough days, or incorporating their favorite brain break songs into the daily routine builds immediate community and trust. Step 3, model. Don't just tell. Our parents want what's best for our students, but they need to see what your expectations look like in action. So during those first 2 weeks, you're going to model everything. Demonstrate the common language you want used for behavior prompts and the explicit strategies you learned in your professional development sessions. To give yourself space to model without drowning, structure your stations. Let one small group of kids play freely in a designated area with preferred items, tablets, fidgets, coloring sheets, so that you and your para can devote focused one-on-one time to the other smaller group. As you demonstrate a prompt or a wait time strategy, explain why you did it once that student steps away. Step 4, you're going to keep the feedback loop explicit and positive. So, you're going to talk it out consistently and be explicit. I used to struggle with this big time. I'd assume I explained the task clearly only for my para to come back and be like, what am I supposed to do with these materials again? So you avoid the mind-reading trap by giving direct, specific tasks and close each day with a quick debrief. What does that look like? It's 3 easy steps. 1, start with 2 to 3 successes. Name what went right. On the hard days, finding one thing like, we survived today, absolutely counts. Step 2, you're going to address 2 to 3 challenges and keep it constructive. Try not to vent. I know that's hard. Talk about where the roles felt undefined, where the timing felt off, or why a specific behavior spiked. Save the heavy venting for outside of student hours. Check out the show notes for a para coverage plan template to help you jumpstart this particular conversation. Step 3, you're going to review your supports. Ask how small groups felt to them. What tools do they need? And whether recent schedule tweaks are actually working for them. When you take the time to show appreciation first, respect their boundaries, and explicitly guide their strengths, that trust gets reciprocated 10 times over. You aren't just managing a room, you're building a partnership that makes the entire school year run smoother for you and your learners. Drop a comment below. What is your favorite way to welcome your new para to your classroom team? And don't forget, grab the para survey template and the para coverage plan template linked in the show notes below. So friends, I want you to keep bringing that positivity into your classroom, keep modifying your chaos, and build that positive para and teacher dynamic. I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.